Now we start with 1 hour chart. Okay. Based on 1 hour chart, if you refer to my last video and the price was within this range, I mentioned we want the price to drop because we're thinking we if we can put this one together, then we can expect one move down before we take the buy. The price dropped a bit, but it didn't break this low. Okay. Now the question is what's the next and how we want to trade it. The another one is, the another things I mentioned my last video when the price was here. I mentioned that having entry can be an option, but I'm highlight that is very risky and I don't suggest it. But I'm going to take it. Right now, after we see this one, I think we need to consider again whether we should take. Have entry above this, and the reason is if the price sharply reverse without giving the down move. All right. First of all, why we are? If we put this one to each other, okay. Now the thing says we can expect one more. That means the price should drop at least break this low before we look for buy. All right. Now the question is whether the price can drop from here give a correction and drop, or still we can expect the one move up before drop. Okay. If we refer to this, we see there is internal correction 1, 2, 3. That's why here the price can drop, or still we can get the internal correction with 1, 2, 3. We don't have the internal correction, only is 1, 2, 3 before drop. Even it can become more complex with the internal, but we don't need to care about that right now. What I want to say that if the price drop from here is good for us, we can get a better trade setup for the next move. But if the price reverse from here, we don't buy within this range. Why? Because of the possibility the price come take this high and reverse. Okay. Now, how we want to trade it? Because as I say right now, if the price drop, this is where we are going to buy. How about if the price reverse from here? Second option, how we can going to take it to look for buy. First of all, if this one start to move in terms of the corrective, we cannot trade it. We just let it go because still we can expect for this one for the bigger for next move down, unless this one continue top come to this top. Then from there we can make a decision. What I'm talking about drawing here, price move in terms of the corrective. Okay, so corrective because at that times we cannot trade it. All right. The only way we can trade if there is a reversal from here. The first thing is let the price break this top, give a small flag. Then any trade from there, we take it to this top. But we need to see how this move we will get it. Because just now I explained the price can reverse to this and drop. Okay, that's why we want the price to break, give a correction above the top, then we take it with the sharp move, not the corrective. Okay, that's why right now having entry above this still can be option, but as I see the price can tag and reverse. That's why if anyone wants to have an entry above this, they should know how to manage it. Because with that what we want the price tag and continue. And for me personally, I will have entry above this as well. I will keep my entry here until this one and give one. If I get one more drop, break this low a bit lower, I'm not going to keep. But right now I will keep my entry above this. Why? Sometimes we don't get because I know about this market. Then at that times, this is the only correction, and this is the start of the up move, and this is the one we get, and this is a correction for this move. Later, based on forward chart, I will explain what I will show you. But if this is the one is going to start of the up move, and this is the correction, the only way having entry above this, if the price continue from here. Or the second, let the price break, give a flag above the top, we take it. These two option is very risky because it will be middle in the middle of this, or middle and in the top of this move. That's why the traders, if they don't know how to manage it, with the price, they get the trade but drop because this one can be more complex. Now we considering all the possibility. At least we know how, if we get a trade, how we can manage it. All right. That's why we don't need to buy just, I mean, we have to get the trade set up before we look for buy. If I move to forward chart, based on forward chart, you can see if we consider this is the only correction, this one can be a move with a curve like for next move up. And even if you can take this one, make the price come to this high, then drop. And what I need to mention here again, that's why even we get the trade from here or above the stop, as long as the price come to this high or a bit higher, as long as the price come to this high, we need to see whether it's going to move or not. And these two gap is very close to each other. That's why I mentioned I don't suggest to anyone if they don't have experience. Okay. But mostly what we are more interested, we are interested that if this is I mean, in relative to each other for a correction for the next move down, the best things is let the price to drop, come to any of this level. Then from there, easily we can buy because we can get easily. I mean, in the point of the getting the trade, it will be much more easier rather than here. And why I'm mentioning all these things, in case we are wrong. I mean, I don't want to say we are wrong. In case the price doesn't break this low and can continue from here. And for me personally, I thinking we will have a bigger correction in relative to this for the next move. Okay. Now, if I move to 1 hour chart, the best things again, let the price drop. Okay, but we will have the alternative way to trade if the price reverse from continue from here to move. And if I move to 15 minutes, based on 15 minutes, we don't have anything. And what we have, this one mostly can give us one move down, which we are more interested. Okay, anyway, if I move to 1 hour chart, all right, we're looking for buy, but we don't have any confirmation because we want the price to drop to finish this correction to confirm before we take the buy. Okay, that's why we are prefer to price to drop. But alternatively, if this is the start of the up move and this is the correction, I told you how we can trade it. And how about if the price sharply move, then we cannot have a sharp move and flag above this. The only way is to have entry above this. Okay, anyway, we don't have any trade setup that we can confirm. This is the only things for buy. This is the only things may happen, and we just follow it. If we see this is the one is going to move without breaking this low, then I will share on YouTube. If I confirm this is the one is going to move, but right now we cannot confirm because this move is really corrective. And the best things is let it drop. Okay. Anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, any trade setup that I can share, then I will share on YouTube. Thanks.